Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Big news just dropped about the mid-season patch coming in. I'd already been working on making a patch, and today was like my first day off. So I was gonna make a video about things I was wishing for in the mid-season patch. Um, One of them's already coming true. So win-win. So right now, this is the mid-season patch. Aaron Keller just dropped this. It's really awesome. We're gonna go over it. Hello, wonderful people, and welcome to the mid-season 9 uh, director's take. This season had the most significant changes to the game that we've made in a long time. When we launched season 9 in February, we wanted to make sure to keep an eye on your feedback and react to what we saw. We've had two patches so far, and we have another one which is quite the stunner, uh, coming up next week. Ooh, that's probably Tuesday if I had to guess. So get ready, guys. Let's get into that. No, wait. Let's talk about where we're at. Then we'll get into that. Fair enough, Aaron. Fair enough. The changes made to the season were designed to address multiple issues in the game, based largely in part on your feedback. We're happy with how these modifications have shifted the game, but there are two areas we want to improve a bit on. The damage passive, which is one thing I wanted to touch on, and how the individual heroes have landed after the shakeup. We think the direction is we're heading is the correct, but we agree that some changes still need to be ironed out. Yeah, because like the DPS passive was doing like way too much fucking. Well, I can't say way too much, but like definitely needs to be toned down. Like if you want at least tanks to actually have some decent fun in this game. Um, so let's start with the damage passive. It's had quite a big impact in the game. It was designed to push our damage heroes to the forefront of a fight, which they needed to. Season 8, like every season, that's been coming up till season 9, DPS has been not as relevant. So they definitely needed something, and it's something all right. In terms of securing kills, it's definitely doing this. Overwatch is about eliminating opponents and sending them back to the spawn, so we think it's healthy for damage heroes to have a large impact here. But it may be pushed a bit too far. Uh, there can be moments where it feels a bit too dangerous, even as a tank, to expose yourself, or where your health can burn down quicker than expected while being healed. Yeah, like there's still times you can get freaking deleted, even with the health buffs. Like you walk around the corner and you get like speared, railed, discorded. Like all, well, I guess you get discorded generally first, but then speared, railed, maybe pulse bomb. I don't. Well, pulse bomb would be intentional that you die relatively fast, but you get the point. One of the goals in the see, one of the goals of the recent health increase was to soften some of the burst damage in the game. This is one of the effects that can be very difficult to tune just right. So we're going to take a small step back in the next patch and lessen the damage reduction healing from 20 to 15. We'll keep an eye on it and go from there. So like my idea, I wasn't sure 15 or 10%, because like if you bring it up to 15, it definitely keeps DPS more on the forefront of uh, being more playmakers. 10% might not be oppressive enough and make tanks more like too powerful. Um, so that's why it's like something I've been like tossing up in the air on if it should be 20 or 15%. Um, with balance, we're touching roughly half the heroes in this patch. The power of the heroes moved around a lot this season, and while we think this type of change can be healthy for the game, we'd still like to make sure that the heroes feel viable. We'll release a full set of patch notes in a few days, but I'd like to go into a few more notable changes that we're making here. Okay. On the support side, okay, We're making fairly significant buff to Anna's grenade. Uh, it's tricky to play with Anna's nade. Like if you do too much, it's oppressive. If you if you don't do enough, it's still underwhelming. It's very tough. Um, His damage and healing will be moved from 60 to 90 health to give her more self survivability. Yeah, I mean, Anna still generally use it on themselves if it's in a pinch they're getting dived on. I guess like in higher ranks, like you don't see it as often. I guess you probably get it more often because you get more coordinated dives and stuff, but I don't see it very often that you need it in lower ranks. Sometimes you do, but Anna's an interesting hero and one of the most played in the entire game. It's because she's like one of the most. She was one of the first like hero releases and has been one of the most like favorited hero because how like the play style and everything with it. It's unique. It's fun. It's amazing. So we're hoping this adjustment brings her to a place where she feels viable but not too dominant. We'll see how that goes. 60 to 90, I feel is a bit up there. But we'll definitely have to see on that. We're also making a few adjustments to Lifeweaver to help with the healing burst potential. His maximum heal will increase from 70 to 80, with the maximum charge increasing from 1 to 1.5 seconds. Along with the reduced damage roll passive, we think both he and Mercy will be more reliable moving forward. I don't see it. Lifeweaver maybe. I still don't see Mercy getting really anything. Like it's just oof. Doomfist and Malga are the two of the tanks getting a tune-up. Really? You didn't consider Reinhardt? Like the tank that needs the biggest fucking buff is getting nothing. Why? Meteor Strike's damage will increase from 15 to 50. Okay. While this may not seem like a big change, the amount of damage his ultimate does scales with the edge of the effect to the center, and it should result in a more guaranteed damage. Ultimately, was that pun intended, Blizzard? Ultimately, was it? Ultimately, we want Meteor Strike to give Doomfist or his team the ability to follow up and secure eliminations more reliably. That's fair. I really like was Doomfist and his ult like something that was absolutely needed more? Makes no sense. Malga's getting changes to his cardiac overdrive ability, which is his like AoE healing. His duration will decrease from 5 to 4 seconds. Okay. And his cooldown will decrease from 12 to 10 seconds, which is weird because like Blizzard usually never like reduces a lot of cooldowns a lot. That because one of the arguments is like we always want to make sure that like you get to push the button more. Like you push button, you do more. It makes it more of a more interactive game. Additionally, it will fill his passive over health by 100. Okay. We want the ability to be more reliable and consistently give Malga additional survivability. Malga will also receive a buff to his overrun. The stomp damage will increase from 45 to 60. I mean, yeah. A lot of people more use it for like. Actually, no. It's about 50-50 on usage of like being like a speed kind of thing versus not. A tank we're not touching in this patch is Wrecking Ball, but we have a small rework coming to our lovable yet deranged hamster in Season 10. Ooh, that's awesome. I kind of wonder what they're going to do with him. expect all these changes and more going live in the mid-season update next Tuesday, March 12th. So yeah, I called it on Tuesday. I'd like to reiterate that we'll be watching the game and listening to your feedback when these changes go live and react accordingly. In fact, we're already talking about some of the modifications that we'll make in Season 10. Ooh. I wonder what kind of changes. I'm hoping in Season 10 they do like map bans, hero bans. What was the other thing I was working on? Yeah, those two like bands would be great to have in Season 10. Um, there's another after I finish reading this, I'll go over another thing I was thinking about. We're going to be running our next quick play hack later this season. Oh boy, this one is called Double Trouble, and it removes one hero limitation to the game. Roll queue will still be active, but that means that players can choose two of the same hero for both damage and support rolls. Fuck. You're telling me I have to deal with two fucking Mays? Or two Sombras? Are you. The fuck? The hero limit was something that was implemented in Overwatch early into the original launch. At the time, we didn't have a role queue in the game, and players could create a team of 5 Winstons and a support. We called the strategy the Quinston, and it won our first internal tournament. However, we have a role queue in the game. The possibility of creating comps like this is gone, giving players more freedom in which hero they can choose. More creatively, putting comps together could be great. Yeah, we can't wait to see what you come up with. That's it for the update, and we're looking forward to next week's patch. And let's make a great game. Fuck. Like, oh no, Blizzard. Like, there's a reason you guys stopped doing the ability to do two of one hero. The amount of time, like, fucking two Kirikos, two Zenyatta, having two Zenyatas, putting discords on fucking everybody, Sombra's hacking everybody, May just fucking ice wall and slowing everybody down. Oh my god. Double Bastion's gonna fucking suck too. Like, if you're a tank, I feel bad for you guys. Like, although, that kind of brings me into the thing I was going to talk about. So, in Season 9, they brought in something for tanks, the healing passive, which not really as useful for tanks. Like, you're usually in fucking combat. Like, you're not gonna get the healing debuff or the healing buff that you need. You're not gonna utilize it very much. But yeah, pretty much, like, everyone keeps saying like Season 9 is probably one of the best seasons ever, and I will say it's been the best one since Overwatch 2. I would agree with that, even though it's kind of hell for some people. Um, but I feel like they could do better with the tanks by a lot. And instead of like having that healing passive, like, what if they had like something to reduce the amount of like the amount of debuffs, like how long a debuff lasts on them, like the DPS passive, Annonade, hack, burn, and all, like virus, like, if maybe like fit by 50 or 25%. Like, I'm debating we could probably test like 25 before we go to 50. But like, I feel like it's something a lot more useful for tanks, and since they're the only target and they're generally the largest fucking target on the team, so it would help them create space a little bit easier too. Um, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, should it be like 25, 50%, or you can just tell me it's the fucking stupidest idea you've ever heard. Uh, I don't know. But please make sure to let me know in the comments below, because I don't know. It was an idea I was just kind of just going through my. It was going through my head. Um, but yeah, season 9, great patch. But yeah, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and then make sure to check out the next video. Uh, Whatever YouTube recommends, check it out. It's probably something about Overwatch. I'd probably most likely. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.